Hi guys! Welcome sa enginerdmath channel. Sa video na to, ituturo ko sa inyo ang factorial. So kung gusto nyo itong matutunan, just keep on watching. Okay, so this time, ituturo ko naman sa inyo ang factorial. So itong factorial is ginagamit natin usually kapag meron tayong arrangements or in permutations and combinations. So, topic pa rin to na included sa probability and stats. So, nakakita na kayo ng symbol na exclamation point like this, ito yung tinatawag nating factorial. Pero ano bang definition at paano i-compute ang factorial? So, sabi, the product of any positive integer n and all positive integer less than n is called factorial n or n factorial and is written as n factorial. Okay, so usually, meron tayong ini-include na number dito, positive integer n. And then, sinusulat natin after that integer yung factorial symbol. So, let's say n factorial nga. So, ibig sabihin ng definition natin for n factorial, para makompute yon, n factorial is equal to n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times dot 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 until makapunta tayo sa last factor na 1. So, i-multiply mo lahat nung integers starting from n, then pababa ng pababa hanggang maging 1. Halimbawa, meron tayong 5 factorial. So, ibig sabihin, magsisimula ka sa 5 times, babawasan mo yung 5 ng 1, so magiging 4, times, minus 1 sa 4, so 3, minus 1 sa 3, so 2, times, minus 1 sa 2, so 1. And then, yung pinakadulong factor dapat is 1. So, therefore, 5 factorial is equal to 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 or 120. Okay? Na meron tayong special case kapag hinahanap natin is 0 factorial, equal siya lagi sa 1. Okay? As a consequence dito sa formula, pwede nating masabi na n factorial is equal to n times n minus 1 factorial. So kasi, ibig sabihin nito, pinutol lang natin dito sa n minus 1 yung pagmumultiply. Pero meron pa rin tayong factorial. Ibig sabihin, pwede pa siyang mag-continue hanggang nga mapunta tayo sa factor na 1. So, pwede nating putulin yung n factorial such as n times n minus 1 factorial. Likewise, kung meron tayong n minus 2 factorial, so magsisimula tayo sa n minus 2 and then babawasan natin ng isa, right? Yun yung pattern natin. So magiging times n minus 3, magiging babawasan din natin ng 1, so magiging n minus 4. And then, kapag pinutol natin, nilagyan natin ng n factorial, ibig sabihin nito, magko-continue pa to hanggang maging 1. So, ibig sabihin, equal tong n minus 1 factorial dito sa n minus 2 times n minus 3 times n minus 4 factorial. As long as, kahit pinutol natin, meron pa rin tayong factorial symbol dito sa expanded expressions. Okay? So, para ma-illustrate natin ang concept ng factorial, ay mag-solve tayo ng examples. So, evaluate the following. So, let's start with a 7 factorial. So, kapag meron tayong 7 factorial, applying the definition kanina, equal lang siya sa 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or, pag minultiply natin, ang makukuha nating sagot for 7 factorial is 5,040. Okay? Now, for B, meron tayong 8 factorial minus 5 factorial. So, pag in-expand natin tong 8 factorial, equal siya sa 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 minus, ito namang 5 factorial, pag in-expand, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, ano yung 8 factorial? Equal yan sa 40,320 minus, yung 5 factorial naman is 120. So, pag sinubtract natin, 40,320 minus 120 is 40,200. Okay? Next, for C, we have 12 factorial over 4 factorial times 8 factorial. So, pwede natin gamitin yung usual way of solving. Expand natin tong bawat factorial. So, we have 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right? Over. Ito namang 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then itong 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Ngayon, dahil meron tayong division, pwede natin i-apply yung cancellation. So, yung mga common sa numerator, denominator, pwede nating i-cancel. So, obviously, itong 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then, dito rin sa 4, 3, 2, pwede nating ma-cancel dito sa 4, paired with 12, magiging 3 na lang. Itong 3, paired with 9, yung 9 magiging 3 na lang. Itong 2, paired with 10, yung 10 magiging 5 na lang. So that, ang natira natin sa numerator is 3 times 11 times 5 times 3 is 495 over 1 na lang sa denominator, right? So, 495 over 1 or simply 495. Okay? Or pwede natin i-apply dito yung property kanina. So, pwede yung numerator natin is putulin lang natin hanggang 8 factorial. So, 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 factorial over 4 factorial, 8 factorial. So, pwede na natin agad i-cancel yung 8 factorial, right? Ngayon, itong 4 factorial na lang, yung pwede natin i-expand. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Para nga ma-apply natin yung cancellation. So, magiging 3, 3, 5. Okay? So, therefore, same pa rin tayo ng solution. 495. Okay, next for letter D. So, copy ko. 6 factorial plus 5 factorial divided by 7 factorial. Okay, so pwede yung conventional method, pero para mas mapadali yung solution, applyan natin ng technique. So, itong 6 factorial, pwede kong isulat as 6 times 5 factorial, right? So, plus 5 factorial over 7 factorial. Ngayon, pwede kong i-factor out itong 5 factorial. So, 5 factorial times... So, 6 plus 1, right? Over 7 factorial. So, 5 factorial, 6 plus 1 is 7. Over, ngayon itong 7 factorial, pwede kong putulin hanggang 5 factorial para ma-cancel yung 5 factorial sa numerator. So, pwedeng 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. So, cancel si 5 factorial, cancel si 7, matitira is sa numerator 1 na lang, sa denominator is 6 na lang. So, therefore, the final answer is 1/6. Okay? Next for E, so we have n plus 2 factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial. Copy natin. Okay, so pag in-expand natin itong n plus 2 quantity factorial, so babawasan natin one at a time ng isa, right? Tapos i-multiply natin each factor. So magsisimula tayo sa n plus 2. Then pag binawasan natin ng isa, so n plus 2 minus 1 is n plus 1, right? Bawasan natin ng isa yung n plus 1, n plus 1 minus 1, n na lang. And then, bawasan natin ng isa yung n, magiging n minus 1. Ngayon, ang napansin nyo, yung denominator natin is n minus 1 factorial, right? So, imbis na i-continue pa natin yung pagma-minus ng 1 dito sa numerator, lagyan na lang natin ng factorial para ma-cancel natin sa denominator. So, pag kinancel natin, magiging n plus 2 times n plus 1 times n na lang. Right? Ngayon, apply lang natin yung algebra. So, i-foil lang natin to. Product of binomial. N squared plus n plus 2n plus 2 times n. So, combine similar terms. N squared plus n plus 2n is 3n plus 2. Then, times n. Then, distribute lang yung n. So, n cubed plus 3n squared plus 2n. So, therefore, this is the final answer. Okay? Next, we have solve the equation for n. So, doon muna tayo sa A. So, for A, we have 3 factorial times n minus 3 factorial equals n minus 2 factorial over 2 factorial. So, ang pwede natin gawin is expand natin itong n minus 2 factorial hanggang n minus 3 factorial para ma-cancel yung n minus 3 factorial. So, magiging 3 factorial, n minus 3 factorial equals, sa expand natin, so n minus 2 times n minus 3, then factorial. Tama, diba? N minus 3 kasi magma-minus 1 tayo sa negative 2, so magiging minus 3 over 2 factorial. Ngayon, dahil para tayong may n minus 3 factorial sa both sides, pwede nating makancel, right? So, matitira is 3 factorial equals n minus 2 over 2 factorial. Ngayon, multiply natin both sides by 2 factorial para makancel yung denominator. So, magiging 3 factorial distribute times 2 factorial equals, sa right, cancel si 2 factorial n minus 2. So, pag tinranspose natin si 2, negative 2 sa left, magiging 3 factorial times 2 factorial plus 2 equals n. So, compute natin, 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1, then 2 factorial is 2 times 1 plus 2 equals n. So, 3 times 2 times 1 is 6, times 2 times 1 is 2, plus 2 equals n. So, 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is n. So, 12 plus 2 is 14 equals n. So, therefore, n is equal to 14. Okay? Next, for b, we have n factorial equals 12 times n minus 2 factorial. Okay, so this time, expand ko tong n factorial hanggang n minus 2 factorial. So, n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 factorial equals 12 times n minus 2 factorial. Para makancel natin, both sides yung n minus 2 factorial. So, anong natira? N times n minus 1 equals 12. Ngayon, distribute si n. So, n squared minus n equals 12. So, quadratic. So, transpose ko si 12 sa left. So, n squared minus n minus 12 equals 0. So, factorable to, right? So, n, factors of negative 12, that adds to negative 1. So, negative 4, positive 3 equals 0. So, therefore, equating each factor to 0, we have n is equal to negative 3 and n is equal to positive 4. So, dahil kino-consider natin is positive integers, so hindi natin acceptan itong negative 3, but our answer should be n is equal to 4. Okay? Okay, so I think that's it for this video, Factorial. So, sana ay may natutunan kayo sa video na to at maraming salamat sa panonood.